Alright, so before I get into the video, I just want to say that I actually recorded this entire Young Thug video last night. And towards the end of the video, I showed the gematria of Young Thug. And as you guys can see, Young Thug equals 138 and death equals 38 in the same cipher. So you guys are going to see in my video that I said that either Young Thug is going to fake his death or someone around him is going to fake their death. And I just think it's crazy because a couple hours after I recorded this video, you know, Lil Keed ended up faking his death. So I was right about that, and you guys are going to see at the end of the video when I talked about it. And I even mentioned Lil Keed in this video because I showed a video of Lil Keed kissing Young Thug. So I just think it's crazy that I talked about Lil Keed, and then I also talked about how someone around Young Thug was going to die, and then hours later it happened. So I'm just recording this little part the next day just to let you guys know that, you know, this Young Thug video was recorded before Lil Keed faked his death. And also, I'm going to make a video about Lil Keed on my second channel, so the link to my second channel is in the description below, and it's called Conscious X2. So make sure you guys go subscribe over there and turn on post notifications because I'm going to work on that video today. But anyways, let's get into the video. What's up, everyone? I hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is going to be about Young Thug because of this whole situation going on with him right now. Make sure you guys watch this entire video because I'm going to break down his case at the end of the video because that whole situation is scripted, and I'm also going to break down the agenda with all of that. So before I get into the video, I just want to say shout out to everybody that's been supporting my channel, and I want to let you guys know that Sade is selling a new book on her website. So if you guys are interested in that, the link to her website will be in the description below. So make sure you guys go buy that book because it is on sale right now. And that book has a lot of good information. So make sure you guys go check that out. Alright, so now let's get into the video. So the first thing I want to show you guys is these comparisons of Young Thug and Dennis Rodman because they look so much alike. You know, it's undeniable. Especially right here, you can really see the resemblance with them. You know, and they both have a lot in common. You know, there's so many connections with this. You know, both of them are very flamboyant, and I'm going to get into that in a bit. First, I just want to show you guys these side-to-side comparisons because this one is very obvious, but it might be hard for a lot of people to accept. You know, when I first found it, I couldn't really accept it because sometimes when it's so obvious, you know, it's kind of hard for us to believe it. You know, the truth is always hidden in plain sight. So right here, you guys can see that they look very similar and they have a very similar head shape. So let me know what you guys think about this. You know, this one is very accurate and it might be hard to see at first, but the more you look into it, you're going to see it right away. You know, because I didn't really see it at first, but I kept looking at Young Thug and he kept reminding me of Dennis Rodman so much. And right here, they're both sticking out their tongue, and this is symbolism. They're referencing Kali, the goddess of destruction. And in this picture right here, he really reminded me of Dennis Rodman. You know, at first glance, you might think this is Dennis, but this is actually Young Thug. And he's with Ruby Rose right here, way before she got famous. Make sure you guys go watch Sade's video about Ruby Rose, by the way. Alright, so here we got Dennis Rodman and Young Thug. You know, very similar characters. You know, right here you can really see the resemblance a lot. Alright, so now I just want to show you guys some symbolism with Dennis Rodman. So first thing I want to point out is he has orange hair, right? You know, orange is a color that they like to wear a lot because orange is the only color that equals 33 in gematria, just like masonry. And then right here he's doing some Masonic symbolism. And then right here, he's doing symbolism again. And this person said, Dennis Rodman walked so Young Thug could run. And right here, you can clearly see that they both are very flamboyant characters. You know, right here, we got Dennis Rodman in a pink dress. You know, pink is very symbolic. And Young Thug wears pink a lot. He even dyed his hair pink at one point. And then here we got Young Thug with a skirt, I believe. And he wore this dress on his album cover, and both of these characters are pushing the same exact agenda. You know, the only difference is that Dennis Rodman mainly pushed the agenda in basketball, and Young Thug pushed that agenda in rap. And that's actually a big similarity that they have. You know, Dennis Rodman made it okay for guys in basketball to paint their nails and cross dress and stuff like that. And then Young Thug made it okay for guys in rap to cross dress and wear dresses and paint their nails. Nowadays we see so many rappers painting their nails and nobody really cares about it anymore. But when Young Thug first did it, you know, it was a big shock to a lot of people. So he basically opened the door for a lot of people to do that. And Dennis Rodman opened the door for that to be accepted in basketball. So that's something that they both did. You know, like I always say, these entities have the same agenda with each character. Alright, so now let's get into some connections that Young Thug has with Dennis Rodman. So the first thing is right here, he's playing basketball in a skirt. And as we know, Dennis Rodman used to play basketball with painted nails and colorful hair and makeup and stuff like that. And then here's another picture of Young Thug playing basketball. And here's another one. And then right here, he's sitting on the rim. Alright, so here's another big connection. So Young Thug has a song called Again. And these are the lyrics to the song. And right here at the bottom, he said, I told my girl to dye her hair red like Dennis Rodman. So the fact that Dennis Rodman is mentioned in this Young Thug song, you know, this is a big connection to Dennis Rodman. In case you haven't noticed with a lot of my videos, I always point out that these characters usually reference their base character. Like for example, Wiz Khalifa always mentions Jimi Hendrix, and so many other characters that I've exposed do this. So this is something that happens a lot. You know, they love to give us these hints of their other character. And then here's a picture of Young Thug and Uzi, and both of these characters are very flamboyant. And I guess they went shopping this day, and it's like they had a little date. You know, this is a very strange picture, but they're making it okay for a lot of people to accept. I don't understand why a lot of people don't talk about this, but Uzi and Young Thug have a weird relationship. You know, they got these very strange pictures. And Uzi is literally wearing a purse right here. And then 21 Savage commented and he said, y'all fruity. And I do want to mention that Young Thug and Uzi have a very Masonic music video. You know, you can clearly see by these pictures alone how much symbolism there is. You know, right away you can see the black and white Masonic checkerboard floor and then the red curtains in the background. And there's so much more symbolism in that video. But anyways, my main point here is that Young Thug and Uzi have a very close relationship. And the connection with that is Dennis Rodman loves Uzi for some reason. So he tweeted right here and he said, Lil Uzi Vert. And he tagged him and he showed a picture of his DMs with Uzi. So Uzi said, what's up? And Dennis said, hi. And then Uzi put a demon emoji. And he said, what are you doing? FaceTime me. And then Dennis Rodman said, let's collab. And Uzi said, I'm ready. And then he said, can I post a screenshot? And then Dennis Rodman posted a picture of Uzi wearing a Dennis Rodman hoodie. And then to top it off, Dennis Rodman was flirting with Uzi because Uzi posted this very flamboyant picture. And Dennis Rodman commented cute with an alien emoji. And then right here it says, Dennis Rodman flirts with Uzi by calling him cute after he caught Uzi posing flamboyantly. So this is very strange because Dennis Rodman is way older than Uzi. You know, so it's weird for him to be flirting with Uzi this much. But the reason for that is because Young Thug and Uzi are very close and it's like they're dating. You know, they go on these dates, shopping and stuff like that. And then here's a video of Young Thug telling JT, which is Uzi's girlfriend in the industry. And he said, JT, I want your man to be my spider wider. And nobody knows what that means, but this is something that a lot of couples do. You know, they like to give nicknames to their boyfriend or girlfriend and stuff like that. So here's the video.
JT, I want your man that is on spider wider. Now it's time for the big flighter.
So this is very funny to me, but it's very disgusting because they made it so obvious because Young Thug is so in love with Uzi and Dennis Rodman is constantly trying to flirt with him online. So that's a major connection. And here's another picture of them and Young Thug is literally sucking on Uzi's chain. And this is some fruity shit right here. I don't care what nobody says, because regular straight guys don't do shit like this with their friends. And for some reason, a lot of people are accepting this, and a lot of people think it's okay, especially women. You know, sometimes I get comments from women saying that I'm being offensive or whatever, but that's not the case. You know, at the end of the day, this shit is not normal for straight men to be doing. And now I'm going to show you guys how Dennis Rodman used to dress back in the day when he was in the NBA. You know, he opened the doors for a lot of people to do this in the industry, and he pushed this agenda a lot, you know, and this reminded me so much of Young Thug because he has the same agenda. And like I've been telling you guys, there's an entity that is inhabiting these vessels and pushing these agendas. And usually that entity likes to push the same agenda with both characters, because every entity has its own things that it likes. And for example, this particular entity loves cross-dressing and just being very flamboyant. You know, here we got Young Thug wearing a skirt. You know, this literally looks like a little girl right here in middle school. And then he's wearing this pink shirt. And then right here, there's a guy in the hospital that is giving him a cup to sip on. And he's giving him a cup to sip on. And then right here, he painted his nails. So this is just a very flamboyant character, just like Dennis Rodman. And then right here, he's wearing makeup. And this is a pose that only women do, you know. So this proves that he's a woman. You know, all of these characters are portraying the opposite sex of what they really are. So for example, Young Thug actually has a female body, but he's portraying the role of a man. And you can really tell with this picture right here, this looks like a sophisticated woman. And in case you had any more doubts, this picture right here should 100% prove to you that Young Thug is a woman, because no man dresses like this, first of all. And second of all, he looks way too comfortable wearing this. You know, real men cannot be this comfortable wearing this. And the same thing with Dennis, he looks way too comfortable wearing women clothing. Alright, so here's some more fruity stuff that Young Thug has done. So right here, he posted this picture of him and Rich Homie Quan. And he said, "Me and my hubby at Rich Homie Quan for life, you dig." And by the way, go watch Divine Sade's video about Rich Homie Quan, because she made a really good video about him. His base character is very old, so make sure you guys go check that video out. I will put a link to this video in the description below so you guys can go check that out. And then another thing that he did was he commented "Happy birthday, my love" with a pink heart emoji on Wizkid's picture. And then NBA YoungBoy posted this picture, and Young Thug commented "I love you" with 2 pink heart emojis. So he really loves NBA YoungBoy. You know, the fact that he put 2 pink heart emojis, and on Wizkid's he only put 1. So Young Thug loves a lot of men, and it's very obvious. It's like he flirts with a lot of these rappers in the industry. And then here's some very sus lyrics that he said in one of his biggest songs with Rich Gang that is called Lifestyle. And he said, "I won't do nothing with a girl. She can't even get me hard." So if a girl can't get you hard, that's a very weird sign. Because if a girl can't get you hard, then you're probably not straight. And then right here at the bottom, he says something wrong with the female body part. I can't say the word, but you guys can read that. Alright, so some more proof that he is not straight. You know, there's this article where he literally said just because he likes the male body part that starts with a P, I can't say it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. He said just because he likes that doesn't make him fruity. And the exact quote that he said is right here at the bottom. And he said, "Just because I enjoy P word doesn't mean I'm fruity. It just means I like the P word." And that's exactly what he said. And nobody's really talking about that, you know. Everybody just seems to accept that he says all of this fruity shit, and he acts very flamboyantly and is constantly flirting with other rappers in the industry, and people still take him serious. You know, this character is a joke at the end of the day. He's just here to desensitize people at the end of the day. And then the article goes more in depth on Young Thug's love for this male body part. And it says, rapper Young Thug, who recently got engaged, told reporters that even though he's engaged and loves his fiance, he still enjoys the occasional P word, and it doesn't make him fruity. There's even the story that he made his male photographer get nude during a photo shoot. To Thugger's credit, his wife is gorgeous and very talented, but it's long been thought that he was fruity or bi, but many people are confused by his recent confession. I don't know about you, but something is definitely strange. You be the judge. So just because he has a wife, that doesn't mean anything. You know, there's a lot of guys that are not straight that have a girlfriend just so that people can think that they're straight. You know, they feel embarrassed of what they actually are inside. And it's called DL, which means they're keeping it on the down low that they're not straight because they want the public to think that they are straight, but in reality they're not. And then here's another article of another quote that Young Thug said, and he said, "I like everything people say about me. You not straight, you're a punk, you can't rap, you're the hardest." And then it says, "Atlanta's Young Thug is the gender fluid surrealist rapper who's being anointed as hip-hop's next titan." And it's sad because right here it says that he's going to be hip-hop's next titan. And this article is from 2015. And they were right. You know, now Young Thug is one of the biggest rappers in the industry. And it's crazy that acting flamboyant like this and cross-dressing and all this stuff will get you a lot of attention. And it will really boost your career. You know, so that's why Young Thug got so big so fast. And same thing with Uzi and every other rapper that does that. And right here, they basically explained his whole agenda because it says Atlanta's Young Thug is the gender fluid surrealist rapper. So his agenda is to push gender fluid. Gender fluid people wear any clothes they want, you know, whether it's female clothes or male clothes, they don't care. And it's crazy how big Young Thug is because he is so influential that his dress that he wore on his album cover is literally being displayed at the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, Massachusetts. So this goes to show how impactful and influential he is to people, that they cared so much about his dress that they even put it on display. And here's a picture of it on display. And it says gender bending fashion at the MFA, men in skirts and women in tuxedos. So there's a gender bending museum and they put his dress on display. And of course it's a pyramid around it and it's orange. You know, I already broke that down to you guys. And then they even put it on display in another museum too. And now I just want to show you guys some pictures of some other rappers in the industry that promoted the same agenda. So here's a picture of Wiz Khalifa wearing a skirt. And he has a lot of symbolism on his jacket right here. Make sure you guys go watch my video about Wiz Khalifa, by the way. I will put a link to that in the description below. And then here we got a picture of Jaden Smith. And he's wearing all this female clothing. Go watch my video about him as well. I'm going to put a link to all these videos in the description below. And then here we got A$AP Rocky wearing some female clothing as well. You know, make sure you guys go watch my video about him. And then here we got a picture of Kid Cudi wearing female clothing. So there's a lot of rappers that are pushing this agenda. And they're trying to create this new society of guys that are cross-dressing and gender fluid. You know, and I don't personally agree with that. You know, I don't care if that offends anybody, but at the end of the day, that's not natural. You know, you should dress appropriately for your gender. Especially because these celebrities are very influential. So if kids see their favorite celebrity dressing like this, you know, they're going to think it's cool and they're going to think it's okay. And then here's Young Thug with red nails once again. And here's a picture of Dennis Rodman kissing another man. And now I'm going to show you guys a video of Young Thug kissing a guy. And I believe this rapper is called Lil Keed. And notice how Lil Keed kissed him on the cheek. You know, all he had to do was shake his hand. He didn't have to kiss him on the cheek like that. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys how scripted Young Thug's case is. So he got arrested on May 9th, right? Keep that in mind. Because all the numbers and key words that they mention in these articles are very important because a lot of these words match up with other things in Gematria, which proves that this is scripted. So let's read the article. It says, on Monday, May 9th, Young Thug was taken into custody after his home was raided by law officials. Police took him to the Fulton County Jail, where he was charged with conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations RICO Act. Young Thug is among the individuals listed in a 56 count, keep that number in mind, indictment that was filed on May 9th. The indictment also names other Young Stoner Life Records rappers, including Gunna. The charges include murder, armed robbery, and possession of controlled substances and weapons. So first thing I'm going to talk about is the date. So this happened on May 9th. And this is scripted because when you write out May 9th, it's 5/9, which is 59, right? And this situation happened in Atlanta, Georgia. And Atlanta, Georgia equals 59 in gematria. So that's why they chose this specific date to arrest Young Thug in Atlanta, Georgia, because Atlanta, Georgia equals 59. Alright, so now let's get into the 56 indictments that were filed, because 56 is a big number that they use when they script these events. And the reason for that is because Society of Jesus equals 56. And in case you guys don't know what that is, Society of Jesus is a religious order. And right here it says, the Society of Jesus, also known as the Jesuits, is a religious order of the Catholic Church headquartered in Rome. And this is their symbol right here. So whenever you see sun symbolism or cross symbolism, you know, this is what it's referencing. And here we got Dennis Rodman with a sun tattoo. And then he also has a cross tattoo right here. And I just want to show you guys this because this shows all of the organizations that the Jesuits, aka the Society of Jesus, control. So right here it says the Jesuits in general control the Freemasons, Skull and Bones, organized crime, all other religious orders, the Knights of Columbus, the Knights of Malta, the Knights of Templar, the Illuminati, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderbergs, the Trilateral Commission, and the Federal Reserve. So the Federal Reserve controls all of the money. So not only do the Jesuits, aka the Society of Jesus, control all these organizations, but they also control the money. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys some more words in that article and that are associated with Young Thug that equal 56. So Young Thug has a record label called Young Stoner Life, and for short it's YSL, and he's always mentioning YSL all the time. So YSL equals 56 in gematria, and they mentioned Young Stoner Life Records in that article. As you guys can see, it's right here. And then his name is Young Thug, and Thug equals 56 in gematria as well. So his name is all scripted. And then they sent him to Fulton County Jail when he got arrested. So what are the chances that his real name, which is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, matches up with Fulton County Jail in gematria? So both of them equal 218 in the English ordinal cipher. You know, all of this shows how scripted this whole situation is. You know, from it being in Atlanta, Georgia, to the date that they did this, to the jail that he went to. You know, all of this is scripted, and even his name is very scripted. And then even the charges that they gave him also is scripted, because right here, RICO Act equals 33. And as you guys saw in the article, they charged him with the RICO Act. And RICO Act equals 33, just like Masonry and gematria. So they both equal 33 in the full reduction cipher. And then this happened in Atlanta, right? So RICO Act and Atlanta have the same exact numbers. So they both equal 69 in the English ordinal cipher. And then they both equal 120 in the reverse ordinal. And then they both equal 48 in the reverse full reduction cipher. And then Young Thug's name is very scripted because Young Thug equals 138 and Death equals 38 in the same cipher. And Young Thug also equals 33 like Masonry. So the fact that Young Thug equals 138 usually means that he's going to fake his death, or somebody around him is going to fake their death. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Alright, so the last thing I want to show you guys is some predictive programming that Young Thug was going to get arrested. So here's a video of Young Thug from 7 years ago. And he said that if he gets locked up for 25 years, that he's going to get some breast implants.
Hey, I'm on that Hugh Hefner Man, if I ever was to have to go sit down 20, 25 years, the time they let you sit at home with your family, I'm bound to go get my breast did. I'm bound to get my titty did so I can do my 25 year with hoes. Have me some fun, man. I don't get tired. Can't get.
And notice at the end he did one eye symbolism with his hoodie. But anyways, another thing I want to point out is some more proof that this is scripted, because it's literally in their name. So his name is Young Thug, and a thug is literally a member of a group or organization of robbers. And as you guys just saw with that article, that's exactly what he got charged with. So all of this is scripted. And Gunna's name is also scripted because he's also involved with this situation. Gunna is slang for gunner, which means that he has a gun and he's going to be shooting it, right? So all of this is scripted in plain sight, you know, even with their names. And by the way, make sure you guys go watch my video about Gunna. I will put a link to this at the top of the description and at the end of the video, because this was a really good video. So make sure you guys go check that out. And in that video, I showed you guys this picture and I was basically roasting Young Thug for wearing these Grinch looking ass green slippers right here. You know, I've never seen somebody wear that. And then Lil Baby looks so weird right here, and Gunna does as well. You know, they look like women right here. And last thing I want to show you guys is these pictures of Young Thug, because he looks like a very demonic entity right here. You know, this reminds me of the Travis Scott entity. You know, all of these entities let you know their intentions and how evil they are with pictures like this. And he's even doing it right here too. He looks very creepy in these pictures. And then right here he has black wings. And he has pink hair as well, which is very symbolic. And a pink microphone. And here he is again. And then he has this weird album cover where he's covered in blood. And all of this is very symbolic. And then right here he's doing one eye symbolism with pink. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And as you guys know, I posted a picture of Elon Musk on my community tab because he did some predictive programming. So if you guys haven't seen that, go check that out. And I will be dropping a video on him on my Patreon. So make sure you guys go subscribe over there. The link is in the description below. And also make sure you guys go buy Divine Sade's new book. If you are interested, the link is also in the description. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm out.